All right. You remember our Hitachi display and all that had to be set up in order to use it? There was timing on the setup where you had to slow down and not go too fast to let some of the electronics respond. Well, some nice person wrote a library for this. The liquid crystal library, which we installed in the library's lesson. So now let's use it. You remember we had the option with the Hitachi driver of running either 4-bit or 8-bit mode, right? So I'm going to stick with 4-bit mode again. Here's the circuit diagram. If you take a look on the Arduino reference page for the liquid crystal library, you'll see the different commands that you can use. You might even recognize some of the commands from our previous experiments with the display, like setting the cursor position. It's simply a subroutine in the liquid crystal library now that we can call and simply tell it where we want to put the cursor on the screen. So you can go through this list and experiment if you want, but we'll just use the scroll command for now. I have the sample code in the download section, which I have modified here with a custom message for my bratty kid brother. So after initializing the display with the connections that we've got, we scroll down here to the actual message we want to display on the screen. In my case, I want to tell my bratty kid brother he's a dweeb. So put your message in the quotes and then count up how many characters are in the string, as you'll need that number in a second. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've got 17 characters in that string. The sketch calls the LCD print subroutine within the library, passes on that string variable over to it. Then in the loop function, we call upon the scroll display left and scroll display right subroutines within the LCD library. No arguments are passed when we call these subroutines. Just every time we call the subroutine, it moves all the text on the screen one space left or right. So I simply set up a loop which keeps count of how far left or right we want to scroll. Remembering that these Hitachi drivers can handle displays much larger than the one we are using, we need to fill in that count with the character width of the display and the actual length of our string. Our display is 16 characters and I have 17 characters in my string, so I need to put a 33, put the number 33 in here. So this will scroll the text right off the screen. So you can monkey with those numbers all you want. You can probably figure out pretty quick what it does and why. So go ahead and flash your sketch to your Arduino and watch the display. I mount this on my mobile robot and send it into my bratty kid brother's bedroom to deliver my special message just for him. Yeah, I know. He's 44 years old now, married with 3 kids, but the look on his face made it all worth the effort. And his wife thought it was fun, hilarious too. So you can see how much simpler and faster it is to use these incredibly versatile displays with the Arduino libraries. We first manually drove these displays by entering a series of numbers with a push button so you could see exactly how it worked. Then we connected our PIC to perform the same job using machine code instructions. Now we're using the C programming language compiled to machine code on our Atmel controller on our Arduino, which some nice people put together for us with the stored ASCII code chart and all these conversions and hard work that they did for us. So you can take a look through the sample codes and instructions in the LCD library and experiment around for yourself to see what all the instructions do.